Welcome to My Apple Zone, and this is the review of the iPad, part 1 review. Be doing a bunch of different reviews on different aspects of the iPad, but this is part 1. Check it out. So what I'm going to do in part 1 of this review is show you the difference between the iPad and the iPod Touch and the iPhone. You've heard a lot of people compare the iPad to the iPhone or the iPod Touch, saying it's just a bigger version of those. And while it does use the same OS to some degree, there's a lot the iPad can do that the iPod Touch and the iPhone can't do, especially when it comes to applications. And so I want to show you those differences in part 1 of this review first. So you've got your basic applications that the iPhone OS and the iPad OS share in common. That's settings, contacts, calendar, notes, maps, and there's a new one called videos, and then you have YouTube, iTunes, and the App Store, and then there's a new one called iBooks, and I'm going to be doing a review of that application separately. I'm going to be comparing the iPad to the Kindle, and I think you'll like that review because the Kindle does have some advantages that the iPad doesn't have, so I think you'll find that interesting. So what I want to do is show you the difference between some of the revised applications for the iPad that were previously on the iPod and the iPhone. So the first application I want to show you is the Weather Channel app. Many of us have that application on our iPhone or on our iPod. So here is the old version of the weather app. And I've got it magnified. Normally it would be about that size, and if you want to see the difference between the iPod or the iPhone and the iPad, that's basically the difference in size. And I'll leave those next to each other for a second. But there you have the basic Weather Channel app, and then you can magnify it twice. But they've revised this application for the iPad, and as you can see, you've got the 10-day outlook, and it's pretty basic stuff, and you know, the graphics aren't that great. It gives you the basic information that you need. But now take a look at the iPad version of this application. So we'll go to local weather. The graphics are just superior to what you find on the iPod or the iPhone. Plus, you've got so much more to look at. There's more room to put really cool graphics. So I'm going to tip this way, so you can see the difference. And you can do the 10-day forecast and scroll all the way out, and it shows you the animated graphics of the showers and the snow. Yeah, it's snowing in Salt Lake City, or it will be. And then you've got the radar view down here, which is really cool. And you've got the map that you can expand in and out. Go back to local weather. You've got the Storm Watch map that you can pull up. It gives you all the severe weather information. Getting back to the maps. So the graphics are much better on the iPad because you've got more screen real estate, you've got a faster processor, and you've got a better graphics chip. And the graphics and the colors are just sharp as can be and just look really, really great. So the next application I want to show you is called Planets, because the graphics are pretty amazing. Shows you the plane of view, and it does base everything on the time of day and your plane of view of access, so it's pretty intuitive. We'll go to the 3D version, and it's showing you the view of the sky from where you would be. There's south facing south, there's Jupiter, the sun. You can pinch out, you can expand it by pinching out, pinching in. You can just move around the night sky or the day sky, whatever you want to call it. It's just, the graphics are amazing, and it shows you all these stars and star clusters, and there's Orion right there. Let's see, Gemini over there. Bring it into view, expand it out. There's let's see, where did it go? Oh, there's Taurus. And then you can select the planets. This is pretty cool. So we'll go to globe. And there's the Earth. So you can see the graphics are pretty amazing, and it's showing our location and marked in red, and it's showing where it's nighttime and daytime, and you can spin this as fast as you want. And you can spin it that way, and then you can change the rotation, and you can expand in, and then you can rotate it. So this application really utilizes and really shows off the graphics that the graphics chip that the iPad uses. This is a really phenomenal application, and it's free. It's a free application called Planets. I'll spin this globe really fast. You can look at the planets. We'll look at Jupiter. There's Jupiter, and there's Mars. You can rotate it on its north axis, spin it around, stop the planet from spinning, and then just spin it again. Scan in or pinch in and out. Look at the old canyons that are on the surface, and spin it up again. So this application is a great application. It's free for the iPad. It really shows off the ability of the graphics. It shows you that the iPad is definitely different from the iPod or the iPhone. Let's take a look at Real Racing HD. This again was an application specifically designed for the iPad. Go ahead and, sorry for hitting the camera. Here we go. And the speakers on the iPad, and I'll talk a little bit about some of the other features of the iPad in another review. But I wanted to just show off the graphics of the iPad here. Do a quick race. Okay, and we'll do this quick race really quickly to show you the graphics. Get the volume to turn up. Here's the speakers, by the way. Sound is really great. So that was Real Racing HD. So basically in part one of this review, I just wanted to show you the difference between the iPad and the iPhone or the iPod Touch, and that, you know, there is a difference. It's a completely different device. Yes, it uses the same OS to some degree. Does it have its faults? Sure, I'm going to talk about those in one of my reviews, maybe part 2 or part 3. But you can't say that the iPad is a big iPod or a big iPhone, because it simply isn't. It's much more. So in my next couple reviews, I'm going to be actually showing you some of the applications I'll be going into. I'll be showing you some videos. I'll be showing you the settings. I'll be showing you the Mail application, Safari, Photos, the iPod, and just giving you a review of those so you can see the power of the iPad. And then I'm also going to be doing a review of some of the faults that the iPad does have. After using the iPad for 24 hours, I got to tell you, it's a great device. The graphics are amazing. The applications that are already available are amazing. The sound is great. The speed is great. It loads pages fast. So again, this review is strictly comparing the iPad to the iPod Touch or the iPhone, showing you that there is a distinct difference between the devices. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you guys for part 2 of the iPad review. Thanks. Bye.